Hi folks, this is Mark Smith with Family Tree Brand Life Coaches, and I have a business meeting to conduct. I have so far collected 20 email addresses of people who would be possibilities for this opportunity of us training you as a life coach. I think there's many more people who contacted me via the comment section, but I haven't gotten emails or resumes from those people. So I'm sending out a link to this video in an email to those 20 people, and I'm posting it on the new Family Tree Brand Life Coaches YouTube channel. So, let me give you a lesson in internet business, and that is, it's not all that glamorous some days. I mean, some days you'll get 1,000 views, get 3 referrals, make a lot of money, sell a couple books. Somebody will, 5 or 6 people will tell you that you're the greatest thing since sliced bread. And then there's days like today, which are a little bit more grounded in reality, where I just had technology issues all day long that wasted a lot of time. First of all, it started with last night when I was watching the Oscars, and I saved an extra half an hour thinking that I'd be covered, and just when they were about ready to give the Oscars to the wrong movie, I missed it. And what a catastrophe that was. What a nightmare. So I had a better day than what's his name, Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway, Bonnie and Clyde. But then I had built a new YouTube channel, and I went to get it monetized, and I found out it would be so much simpler if I just had a subspecialty channel underneath my main channel, and I could just monetize it through that, and it's easier for checking in and checking out, and it's easier for upload. So I had to redo all that, which was 7 or 8 hours of work. I have this ancient website where data disappears, and all of my ebooks disappeared into the thin air tonight, so nobody was able to buy books. And I, for some reason, have some gremlins in the edit page of my website, the homepage. So I can't make any edits or changes in the homepage. So this is, do you guys really want to get into this guru business? And it isn't all limelight and red carpet and making money, folks. Sometimes it's staying up into the wee hours of the morning and really working hard and not getting a lot of sleep. So I worked hard today to put together some thoughts, because I'm going to be tied up with clients for the next 4 days, and I'm not going to have a chance to talk with you guys about it. And I want to move forward. We're looking for a few good men and a few good women to really invest our lives into, so that they can replicate what we've done in other places around the world. So I've been brainstorming. I talked with one of my partners about the development of Family Tree Brand Life Coaches training program, and as a result, I have more to tell you. And I'm putting all this information out there up front because I just want you to know whether this is for you or not. If it's not for you, the sooner you know that and the sooner I know that, the better. So I'm just telling you like it is. These are the requirements, and if it doesn't fit you, that's fine. Maybe it will down the road, or maybe it won't. But either way, it's a healthy, interdependent discussion. So, as I said, I started a new channel, and I'm not going to read off the link because it's too long, but it'll be in the email I send you. Like I said, when I went to monetize the first channel I found out that using the established monetized channel was much easier. So on time or online entrepreneurship, sometimes you make mistakes and it costs you a lot of time and it costs you a lot of sleep. As you start out in your business, I'm lucky I've got an assistant who, bring me lunch and pick up my prescriptions at the pharmacy and go by my house and grab things. He sort of lives to serve, and any difficult business phone calls I have him make. But you guys starting out, you ain't going to have no assistant because you're not going to be making money, immediately. So you've got to figure out how to optimize your website. You've got to figure out all the technology things. If you're still suffering from PTSD, like I was and am, sometimes between fuzzy brain and uncooperative technology, you have some rough days. So just saying. One of my favorite quotes is taped on my mirror, and it goes something like this. A dream is just a dream. A goal is a dream with a step-by-step plan and a deadline. So as your life progresses, don't just be a dreamer, be a doer. I was going to bring in off my bathroom wall a picture, and I'm going to try to quote it as best I can. It says something like this. If your dreams don't have a restraining order on you, then you need to get busy. So that there needs to be a dedication, a determination, a single-mindedness, a ferocity if you're going to develop the kind of six-figure business that I'm talking about, where you can live anywhere you want to live and work less than 40 hours a week. So let me go over what's new, what more we know about what we're going to be offering to see how it might match up with where you guys are at and what you guys can do. So we had originally talked about taking 7 people, and now we're talking more 15. We believe we're going to have 3 owners/supervisors, and each of us will have a small group of 5 that will meet weekly online. And then after 3 or 4 months, we'll switch, because we want you to be trained by all of our trainers. But if we only end up with 5 qualified people, that's fine. We're looking for quality over quantity. So we're not going to feel unsuccessful if we get to the time when classes start and we only have 5. If we have 5 great people, that's a game changer. That's a world changer. But we're shooting for 15. We moved up the start date to August 1st, and even, quite frankly, sooner than that. If we find the right 15 people, and they make deposits and commit to the program will start sooner. But the latest will be August the 1st. So before I was telling you, throat lozenge, I was telling you that I hadn't done the math, so I didn't know what to charge. Well, I spent much of the morning this morning doing the math. And so with interviewing people, thoroughly vetting a very large pool of possible candidates, building a website, building a YouTube channel, developing the curricula, having weekly 1.5-hour Skype meetings with our group of 5, and then having 8-hour a day, a 3-day in-person intensive, probably going to be held at my house, and then follow up emails and text, some extra expense because my assistant will be involved helping me somewhat. And with 3 partners putting in those hours, I believe that we're going to run up between 500 and 600 hours. Pardon me, I'm cold. We'll turn the heater on. Don't do that when you make videos. Don't get off camera to turn on a loud heater and eat throat lozenges. Do as I say, not as I do. So in terms of the client hours we're going to have to cut back on to make time for this project, I believe we're going to invest between $80,000 and $100,000 in time, in lost income from therapy clients, in website building, but mainly it's time. So to be honest with you guys, I really would like to make cost as low as possible. The other day when I was on the west side to get my tattoo, Still I Rise, I passed a place called Don's Guns, and this guy was a character. I don't think he's still alive, but back in the day, back in the 90s and 80s, he would get on. He said, I don't care about making money, I just want to sell guns. And that guy sold a lot of guns. But I really would like to keep the costs low because it's a learning process for us. And we're building something new and exciting. You guys are our guinea pig class. So what you'll learn in the helping profession, see, I'm teaching you guys already, it's about supply and demand. How can I get away with charging $175 an hour for therapy and not deal with insurance companies directly at all? Well, because I can't. Because if somebody cancels, there's somebody waiting in line who's begging for that time. So it's all about supply and demand. So as you start your life coaching career, you pretty much, when I started my practice, somebody said in 1989, somebody says, what do you specialize in, Mark? And I said, well, I specialize in people who write me checks. You know, anybody write me a check, that's who I specialize in. But when you're highly in demand, you can name your price. When you only got 3 clients, it'd be better to have half of what your ultimate fee will be and, full hours than to sit there and not work, because you need the experience. So this first group is going to get a bargain. They're going to pay several $1,000s less than future classes are going to pay. I'm sorry, I'm got a cold and I gotta blow my nose or I'm gonna be boogery throughout this thing. Don't do this either. Don't be blowing your nose on your professional videos. It's just you future life coaches. It's all in the family. So it is what it is. I mentioned 3 options, but I've decided to just limit it to 2. If you just want the coaching, but you don't want the part of the franchise where you're in the family tree brand, I've actually decided that we don't want to do that. We're in this to build franchises and to not just train you, but mentor you through many years. You can't mentor somebody in a year. Your mentorship really will take 5 years. You just won't be paying tuition except in the first year. So there's just 2 options. There's pay your full tuition 45 days before classes start, which would put us into mid-May. And we want you to make a deposit as soon as we both commit to the process. So we could start having people sign contracts in the next month or so. So if you pay your tuition in full, then you're going to pay a lower monthly franchise fee. And you're saying, why is there a franchise fee? Well, McDonald's doesn't franchise give you a price and then you pay it and then you own that McDonald's and you never have to pay them again. That's not how it works. We'll be providing ongoing support and it'll be worth every nickel. The second option is to pay just half the tuition before you begin your training, but then pay a larger monthly franchise fee. So let me tell you a story, and then I'm going to give you the numbers, and you'll either think it's worth it or you won't. If you decide that just knowing what you know, that you don't have the resources to pay the tuition, or you don't think it's worth it, or you can do it by yourself, or it sounded like a good idea, but you can tell if somebody's committed something because they put skin in the game and they invest themselves and they invest money in the deal. My finances were just utterly destroyed in 2015 because I couldn't work for a couple of months, and I spent well over 40 grand on therapy. And so I was hemorrhaging money, but I was trying to stay alive. So I get back to work, and it becomes quite obvious that our dinosaur of a website desperately needed to be changed because we were never going to move up in Google local searches unless we had a WordPress-driven site and the right SEO. So I was asking people, and the best price I could come up with was $6,000. And I'm going to work out a deal with you where you get your websites built for $300, but I didn't know this at the time. So my website guy is a good businessman, and he charged me $1,499 for a $6,000 website, and then I pay $149 a month for basically as long as I have the site. That's a terrible deal. In the long run, I'm going to end up paying $10,000 for probably a $3,000 site, but it's all I could do at the time. And right now, with as prosperous as business is, $149 is nothing. Okay, so option one, you have this on video, so you don't have to write it down. You can rewatch it. We're going to charge you, if you pay all your tuition up front, we're going to charge you $3,995, basically $4,000 for 9 months of training, intensive training. That includes an intensive, a 3-day intensive. I've gone on 4 and 5-day intensives, and they themselves cost me in the neighborhood of $4,000. And you're going to get a 3-day intensive. You're going to buy into a franchise. You're going to get ongoing support for $4,000. It's a great deal. $1,000 of that will be due as soon as you are accepted into our program, and $2,995 will be due 45 days before the program starts May the 15th. So now you know about that option. Second option, well, let me tell you why there's an ongoing franchise fee, and that will be $249 a month. Number one, you're going to have continued weekly Skype group supervision meetings with your fellow entrepreneurs and people you've grown very close to. That's an hour and a half of my time. That's $262.50 is what I could bill that out for. You'll have monthly guest appearances on our live stream show. By the time this is started, I think we're going to be close to 3 million views and probably in the neighborhood of 22 to 25,000 subscribers. Because if we get our coaches back on the site with all the subscribers, it's going to just go batshit crazy, over the top successful. You will get to use the Family Tree brand, which a lot of people in this world know about. You'll be included on our website. You'll be able to blog and put your blog on our website. Our website is ranked in the world about 840,000th in the whole world for any business. And in the United States, it's ranked about 119,000th in the United States of America. That's a lot of traffic, folks. We will include you in mass emailing, and we would want you to contribute the network of your people so that we can send the stuff to them from our branding. And that's one of the things that we get out of it. We get to grow our mailing list. Currently, our mailing list is at 4,300 plus people. The next thing you would get is, if you write a book, we'll sell your book on our website, and we'll plug it in the YouTube videos and live streams. So that's what the $249 is about. Option two, if you only pay basically $2,000 tuition, $500 of which is due in the form of a deposit, your monthly franchise fee is just $50 more. It's $299 a month, which is over the life of the contract. We are going to require 5-year contracts. We want people who not only get trained, we want people to be in the franchise for at least 5 years. Really, we want you to be around for the next 100 years. But we'll renegotiate after every 5 and see what's working and what isn't working. But we're not going to invest 500 something hours in you and then train you and have you leave in 6 months. That is a good use of our time. So over the life of the 5-year contract, you would actually be paying 6% more. You're financing your education, basically. You're saying, I don't have $4,000, I can do $2,000, and I'll just pay $50 a month extra once I am deluged with coaching consults where I'm making a 6-figure income. I'll send you $299 every month, no big deal. So again, your fee is based upon supply and demand. In our first group here at Family Tree brand life coaches, we're probably going to lose anywhere from $20,000 to $40,000 in our first year. But then the program will already be developed, and the next year we'll raise our prices and we'll have to work half as much. So, but for the first year, it's not that great a deal for us, but it's a great deal for you. So, one of the leading candidates for one of these spots is a psychologist from Poland. And he suggested a fee splitting paradigm where, you know, the training didn't cost anything. There's no ongoing fee. If you make money, I make money. If you see 10 hours of clients, then I get, 30% or whatever. Frankly, that's what I've always done with family tree counseling, is a newbie who is new to the field, and I train them and I give them access to the website and to YouTube. I pay for their office space. I get 50%. So all you guys are having to do is pay $249, which is probably closer to 5% or less of what you're going to be making. So the problem with the fee splitting is, let's say somebody, becomes a coach in Germany, and they're really seeing 30 people a week, but they don't want to write me a check for $1,000 a week that they agreed to, so they underreport. So what am I saying? I don't trust you guys. I think you're going to lie. No, it's just bad business. There are quality controls and there are accountabilities. McDonald's pretty much knows how much each store is going to make. And one of my associates suggested that all the appointments get booked through our website and we collect all the money. It just sounds like too much work. I could probably make more money that way and do a fee splitting gig. I just want to keep it easy peasy for me. So if we went the route of a percentage, you would end up paying Family Tree 4 and 5 times what this deal calls for over the 5-year contract. It would eliminate risk, but I'm not looking for people who are afraid of risk. I'm looking for people who eat risk for breakfast and then spit out nails. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think fee splitting would be happy for you guys in the long run. You get all the free training, you get everything set up, the clients start rolling in, and then you'd be surprised what a 30% check will do to your income. When you're bringing in a 6-figure income, I'm making 30 grand off of you, and you won't like it. I would like it. Instead, I'm just going to charge you $250 a month. So it's a better deal. If you sign up for the class and then you realize that something is going on with your health, or you need to attend to a child, or something is going on in your day job and you can't do it, then you'll get a full refund if you give me 30 days notice. But if you don't give me 30 days notice, if your spot gets filled, then I won't, charge you. But if your spot goes empty because you'd taken it and then you didn't follow through and you didn't give me 30 days notice, we'll work out some kind of what percentage you get back after so much time. That's the way they do it at Indiana University. You get so much of a percentage if you quit after 2 weeks and so much a percentage if you quit after, a month. We'll figure that out. But there'll be some flexibility and some out if something comes up for you. But if you just decide not to do it for no good reason and you don't give me notice, you're not going to get much of your money back, as it should be. We have a very talented website designer and website optimizer from Alabama, and we are going to require you to build your family tree brand life coach's website through her. It's only $300 for her to build your website. She's very good, and then she will maintain it. You got to pay somebody to stay on top of Google and see what changes Google makes. When I got my website a little over a year ago, my web guy said I was a genius for putting all the embedded videos on the website. He said I was years ahead of my time. And then Google changed their mind about that, even though the videos belong to Google. They're YouTube, which Google owns. They decided it's all about load time. And so having all those embedded videos slowed down the load time, and that's what's been keeping us low in the rankings locally. So that's part of the deal. You have to have a website, has to be built. Her first name is Elizabeth, for $300, and then the ongoing maintenance. Things break down, like, data was lost today, and I had 2 instances where I've had to pay web designers for breakages in the website. Is breakage a word to use with websites? So now your expenses just went up $50 a month, and plus a $300 initial investment. I hope these figures scare you off if you're just a dreamer, but you're not willing to put skin in the game. And that's fine. I'm not trying to shame you. I'm just telling you, if you're going to develop a 6-figure income and go work in Hawaii or travel around the world, it ain't going to just fall from the earth from the sky like fairy dust. You're going to have to make it a priority. You're going to have to invest. There was a fella in Seattle many years ago who had a little coffee shop, and he would go to his friends and he said, I think I could franchise this thing. And his friends, many of them, turned him down. They didn't want to invest in a little dinky coffee shop. What could that do? Yeah, that place is called Starbucks. And if they would have known what power and what influence and how much money Starbucks would be worth, they'd have sold their house, they'd have liquidated their retirement, and they'd have invested as much as possible, and they'd be multi-millionaires by now. So that's the deal. I don't want to have phone interviews and explain this 50 times. I don't have time for that. I will make time for a live stream show this coming Saturday. Next Saturday, I was thinking 3 p.m. Eastern for about an hour and a half, and YouTube has made it easier to do the live stream shows. So on the new channel, which you'll need to subscribe to, the link, you got to subscribe to it in order to participate in the live stream show. The channel is called Family Tree Brand Life Coaches. There's actually two of them out there. There's one that's hooked to my bigger brand and one that's an orphan and has been cut loose. So you have to find the right one. I'll send you the link. So we'll do an hour and a half live stream, even if there's just 5 of you, and you can text in any questions that you might have about how this is going to work out. Once I get enough resumes and I've interacted with you via email, I've interacted with you over a live stream, then we're going to set up Skype interviews, and I will interview you, probably with one or both of my partners, and maybe even have a follow-up interview. You know, one of the biggest things about having a successful small business is hiring the right people. One of the biggest things about a happy life is marrying the right people. So we're not going to hire the FBI and do background checks on you, but we're going to find out if there's any skeletons in the closet. And, you know, everybody has a few skeletons in the closet. That doesn't make you unhireable. But we're, like I said in my previous video, we are looking for people who have impeccable character, people who have a really solid recovery program where they thrive and they take good care of themselves, people who are good at articulating words and sharing words. These are the people we're looking for. And if you have some knowledge about treating complex PTSD and narcissistic abuse syndrome, that'd be pretty awesome too. So that's what we know so far. That's the update. You can email me at marksmith@familytreecounseling.com, or you could just put questions in the comment section on the video, and we'll get you some answers to some questions. So I've been working up in my office where I write. I call it World Headquarters. This is my downstairs office, but so that's all from World Headquarters of Family Tree Brand Life Coaches. Watch the other 2 videos, review this one, and then we can either follow up by email, we can follow up by comments on the site, YouTube site, or you can participate in the live stream for an hour and a half this coming Saturday. All right. I'm glad La La Land didn't win the Oscar. It was a little too frou-frou-y for me. I haven't seen Moonlight, but I'm going to. Have a great week. God bless.